Well, Preecy ultimately ends in a 1-0 defeat on the road here at Leamington. What was your overall assessment of that one?
It was a difficult game, difficult conditions. I thought we competed really well. You always have to compete here. I thought, we were probably in control as much as there was any control out there of the game in the first half. Had 1 or 2 opportunities, a couple of big appeals for penalties. Keeper's made a good block. I don't know whose shot it was, and cleared it off the line. And at the other end, we pretty much shut them out. They didn't create a lot. So at half time, pretty happy with the performance. Second half, probably not. I don't think we were as dominant in creating chances, but we definitely were testing them. We had lots of balls in the box, in and around the edge of the box. Probably just lacked that little bit of quality, whether it's a final pass, a final delivery, or getting the end of something, or just the actual finish. Keeper's made a great save from Sampo. They put some great blocks in, and it was probably just the last 15 where they started to cause a few problems for us, and we'd made a lot of positive subs, and I just look at myself, and maybe if we should have said, look, let's take the point, but we always try and be positive. We want to win games, for it's set up nicely for us today with how it was going, and managing to get Craig on walks, and Summers on the pitch to give us that little bit of quality, maybe to open up in the last half an hour, and it looked like it might work, but then we haven't kept the back door closed, and fair play to them. They never give up. They always keep coming at you, and we just couldn't deal with the second and third phase, and that's what decided the game in the end.
Do you think, all told, it was more a game of, when you come to Leamington, it just epitomises what a game against Leamington at this place is all about in terms of a battle?
So it's always going to be a battle. It's those moments when you do get the ball down, can you show that bit of quality? And I thought in the first half, the few moments we had, we did show those bits of quality, but probably just our finish or final ball or anticipation in and around the box probably just wasn't good enough to warrant a goal. Probably a little bit the same in the second half, but it wasn't for the want of trying. The lads have had a right go. Pleased with their desire and effort, and trying to make things happen. And look at the six games. We've got 13 points. If you're coming in blind, you didn't know what the results were, and you said, look, you'll be coming off the pitch at Leamington with 13 points from 6 games. We'd have snapped anybody's hands off for that. So that's the position we're in. Like I say, it's always about the next game. It's great what we've done, and we're in the position we're in, but it's always about the next one. And we're in a great position, and we can still take confidence from this game. Obviously disappointed, but we've got to look at the overall 6 games, and we're in a fantastic position, and I'm really positive going forward. You mentioned the positives of being able to bring the likes of Summers on, and Craig and Tom Walker, but also a couple of players missing today in George Horbury and Milan Lalkovic. What can you tell us about those two in particular? Yeah, look, it's just, you talk about players missing. Milan's missing. He had a back spasm. George Horbury went off. We're just waiting to see how his scan goes for his knee. Willow, missing. Harvey was able to sit on the bench if we desperately needed. Cole, still not available. So it's not, like I said, it's not been smooth sailing for us. So for us to have 13 points from 6 games, we're delighted. Disappointed today, but we're delighted where we are. To be without the players that we have been during the season, and players coming in like Birdie and doing so well. It gives us that much optimism going forward. Yeah, we're disappointed and we're gutted, and we hate losing. But 13 points from 6 games, puts us in a great position to start the season. And you know, we just have to dust ourselves down and get ready for a real tough game at Curzon, where you know we found it difficult at their place in recent times, and we know what a good side they are.
Yeah, you mentioned there the game against Curzon on Tuesday, a quick turnaround for that one. And do you think maybe the fact that we've got such little time to think about today's game and to move on quickly, is that a good thing for yourselves?
Look, sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. I'll tell you probably Tuesday night after the game whether it was good or bad. Yeah, like I said it before, when we won the game, there's so many fixtures that this early on in the season is really difficult, and you know, it just does test teams, and it's difficult, and it's difficult for all teams. But you know, we get through Tuesday and get through Saturday, then there's a little bit more of a break where you aren't playing Saturday, Tuesday. So, you know, if we can get through these 2 games, get a couple of big results in those, you know, we could be in really good shape, and then we get time to rest and have a look at, you know, lads who've had to play, you know, minutes after minutes, probably 1 or 2 more than what we want. But you know, we're definitely not deflated. We're a lot more on the positive side, and look forward to Tuesday night.